Holy shnikes, I am playing Madden 17. What is up, you guys? It is Dunbar Snackbar. I'm going to be doing actually two series, I think, with Madden this year. One is going to be this one, which is where I end up playing as a quarterback that I created. We're going to go through his career. The quarterback's name is CHEDDARS. I'm so excited about this because it has been a while since I've ended up really being able to sit down and play quite a bit of Madden. So I think I'll be a little rusty with this, but you know what? That's going to be okay. That's going to probably end up being half the fun of all of this. So CHEDDARS, ooh, I was getting rushed there, but luckily I was able to get the throw off and a pretty decent pickup there for Kwame. So he's going to end up being your typical type of dual threat quarterback that I love playing as. So he can do a lot through the air and, of course, on the ground as well when needed. And so that'll come up, into play here at some really critical times for the Oakland Raiders, and I'm hoping that Kwame will be able to help the Raiders really have a lot of success, not just this season, but seasons in the future. And here I go, just kind of rolling out of the pocket. Got some, nope, never mind. I really thought I was going to get some blocks ahead of me, but that turned out not to be the case, which is why I didn't do like a juke or anything there. I just factored on the block. It was not there. And in fact, playing as the Raiders, I've kind of picked up, and you guys will see this a little bit later on, I really have an offensive line that's not going to help me out too much. I think that's just the nice way to be able to go ahead and put it here. But that's going to be okay. That's going to be something I'm going to have to overcome. What that means is I'm going to have to just get a lot better with quick passes. A lot of times when I've ended up playing Madden in the past, my go-to type of play has really been just quick slants, short passes, just something where I can stretch out the field. Oh my gosh, I'm so lucky that was not intercepted. I want to make sure that I kind of play more of a horizontal game than vertical, if that makes sense. And geez, stay in bounds, man. So, if I stick to some of the stuff that I feel like are my strengths in Madden, I should end up being all right. Now, since it has been a little bit of time since I've ended up playing Madden, fumble! Luckily, we end up recovering it, too. Did not get it in time. There's some things I'm definitely having to adapt to here. Things are a little bit different. I know one of the things in Madden 17 that they've gone ahead and incorporated was better zone defense. So there's different types of zones that I'm going to come up against, and that might make it a little bit difficult for me in the aspect of throwing. I did think about making CHEDDARS a halfback, by the way, but I elected against it because I knew I wasn't going to see that much action. Oh, I could have tossed it right there instead of going for the run. That ends up making it 4th and 2 as opposed to what could have been a first down if I would have ended up throwing it instead. I'm going to have to be careful with that, just making sure I don't get too selfish there. But a great toss over to Cooper. He might be able to make it into the end zone, but he ends up getting tackled just 1 yard shy of the end zone. Now, as I go through this, there's a set of goals that I have to accomplish, not just in the game, but also per drive. So I'm always trying to, of course, get the drive objectives. But one of the ones that I had for the game was to be able to get a touchdown through the air, but I'm going to go ahead and settle. I shouldn't say settle because I'm definitely happy to get a touchdown on the ground here with CHEDDARS. So there it is, the first touchdown of the career of CHEDDARS. Now, I haven't really talked too much here about the Arizona Cardinals that I'm going up against for this particular game. The reason why I'm really not talking too much about them is I am deciding to go through and play the preseason. So now I'm going up against the Packers. Quick pass on over to Crabtree for just a few yards. Since this is preseason, CHEDDARS only ends up playing the first quarter, and then he's out. So for this one, I'm going to be playing 4 different games just in one. So you guys can see a decent worth of footage here of CHEDDARS, and so I don't have to make 4 videos in a row of just one particular quarter. So one of the advantages, of course, of having the speed... Oh, I dived instead of deciding to slide. Oh, dang. Anyway, one of the things about being dual threat is I'm always going to try and roll out of the pocket. I do struggle staying inside the pocket. Another one where I'm very lucky. That was not intercepted. I'm going to have to be very careful because I do like having the halfback just kind of rolling out like that. There are some times when gosh, it's just so beneficial to be able to have the halfback just out there in that part of the field, the wide receivers in front of him being able to block. But, you know, it could be very, very deceptive when you're taking a look at the defense. I mean, because they could be, he could appear wide open. Oh, another fumble. And he is wide open, but you've got somebody from the defense who is running at him, and so you've got a higher chance at throwing a pick six when you do something like that too. So another opportunity, I guess, for me to be able to find a balance and, you know, moderation, I guess, in a lot of the things that I'm trying to do. Obviously, you guys have noticed with KWAME CHEDDARS, I'm going to be throwing the ball a lot. It's all about padding stats, really, for me. That's why I'm not going to be going with like a traditional type of game. You know, I'm going to have another series where I end up doing a franchise as a whole team. And then, of course, you know, I'm going to have some more traditional type of strategy where, you know, I'm going to be running the ball a lot more. I'll probably be running the ball a lot more than I pass, just because that's the style of football that I like to be able to see. But when I'm focused on one particular person, see, there was another one I could have just gone ahead and passed it. Matthews did a great job of forcing me out of bounds at that point, but see, there's places for me to be able to improve. And I think, though, that the computer's really going to pick up on a lot of the stuff that I'm going to be doing here, since I am going to be passing the ball quite a bit. And I've already seen that here through the progression of each quarter that I've ended up playing with the Oakland Raiders and going up against the Cardinals, and now the Green Bay Packers, and the next game will be the Titans, and then the last game will be the Seattle Seahawks that you guys are seeing. So time has expired here for the quarter. I've got to make this one count, but I'm going to go ahead and just get out of bounds. I know it's preseason and all that, but that's okay. First opportunity to be able to play at home, so I'm digging, of course, the black uniforms. Crabtree getting a pretty big gain right there. Starting this game off here on the right foot. Tennessee is a team I've had a lot of respect for. Like, I remember playing Madden just way back when. And I would alternate, actually, between Tennessee and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So for me, like, just going up against the Tennessee Titans, there's a lot of memories there for me. But this is like, gosh, you guys will probably think this is so long ago. But, like, Madden, I think it was 99. My family ended up buying it for our computer. And they had, like, this really sweet camera, or I thought it was really sweet at the time, where it was like inside the helmet. So it was like you're playing Madden basically first person. It was really cool as a running back to be able to do that. You'd always get hit from the side, you know, just because you couldn't see somebody. Oh, so lucky I missed that one. Sweet juke. See if I can do it again. Nope. I am a rookie. This is game number 1. But anyway, yeah, so just playing as the Titans, and I think it was the Bucs when I had Madden 99. But anyway, just some Madden memories, I guess, is what I'm going at right there. Oh my gosh, I just handed it off, and that is why I do not hand it off. If he would have kept going to the right, he would have had a lot more yards, but instead he just stopped and turned his back to the defense. So, I don't know. I'm not a fan of the AI. Oh, Roberts with a sweet catch. That was pretty smart, just throwing that one to the inside part of the field. That ended up working perfectly. We're looking at the Raiders at the 2-yard line. I'm going to try and go with a very similar play to the first touchdown. So there is another one for KWAME CHEDDARS. It is touchdown number 2 for this video. So 2 career touchdowns, all of them rushing. That's okay. You know I'm not going to be some phenomenal passing quarterback. Maybe I will. I just want to be the quarterback that produces a lot of yards. Total yards matters so much more to me than passing yards. Anywho. So getting around, throw on the run. Cooper's not able to hold on to it, but then again, I was really throwing off the wrong foot here. All right, going with a screen pass. This is 10, or that one play has worked out pretty well for me so far in all of these games that I've ended up playing. 7:10 left to go here in the first quarter, or basically this game, since we're calling it preseason. I go and hand it off to my fullback. Reese ends up running for 9 yards. That's not too bad. I'm going to have to remember that one. Of course, you know, when I'm going through and making all of these passes, and they kind of prepare for the passes as I throw that one away, runs are going to be very critical. The times that I end up running them, I'm going to expect a lot out of it. Crabtree just trying to get the possession catch right there as he ends up just falling after he makes the catch. Just 2 yards shy of the first down marker. Here I go to my fullback again, and Reese picking up even more this time, getting 11 yards. So I think what I might very well do if I'm looking at third and short, the smart thing is going to be to go ahead and hand it off to my halfback or maybe even my fullback like I've done twice today. Seems like those runs up the middle with my fullback have been far more efficient than giving it to Murray there. So maybe that's how I'm going to end up running this offense. This is just going to be so different from what you would normally see on every Sunday, but for me, that's fun. Roy Haleu, former Nebraska halfback, ends up making the catch, and I thought that he ended up getting into the end zone, but he's actually just 1 foot away. Look at that. It's like so close to being on the line. You know what? Third time's a charm. I'm going to keep doing that until they end up stopping me. Oh, by the way, speaking of Nebraska, that's where KWAME CHEDDARS is from. Me personally being from Nebraska, I'm, of course, going to go ahead and make sure I integrate that as much as I can. I don't know. It's the only thing that I can consider like my home team is Nebraska. And so that's just one of the things that I think that's unique about the Cornhuskers and Cornhusker fans. We don't have a pro team that's really nearby. Kansas City's 3-4 hours away. So you can't really consider that one home territory. And what? Oh, well. Sweet run. The yards after catch on that one was basically the entire pass. Wasn't supposed to be like that, but that's okay. Anywho, run into the outside. That was a mistake on my part. Really, there was an open running lane. Had I not tried to go around and decided to go through the offensive line, I would have gained yards on that. But, I am going up against Seattle now, and they've got a pretty good defense. So, of course, it's going to be a lot more difficult for me to be able to get anything done here. Now I'm looking at 3rd and 33 after 2 back-to-back sacks. Good throw here. Cooper was open, but I just don't get what he did right here. I'm not going to show too many replays when I'm showing this, but this one I just had to show. He really had his man beat. A good throw by KWAME CHEDDARS to get it right where it needs to be. And then he just catches it and just falls over. I don't get that. So it looks like not only do I have to worry about a terrible AI when it comes to what my fullbacks are doing. See, I learned my lesson right there. But it looks like I'm also going to have to concern myself with poor AI when it comes to my wide receivers as well. Now that you can go ahead and determine whether or not, your focus is going to be the yards after the catch, if you want to go with a possession type catch or an aggressive type catch, that's all going to be randomized by the computer, it seems like, as opposed to going with what would be most appropriate at that particular time. The human intuition part of Madden, when that gets taken away, you're just looking at terrible, terrible teammates. So that'll be a challenge that I see myself facing here as well. 2:40 left to go here in this one. Crabtree making a huge clutch catch for me on 3rd and 16 to be able to get me the first down. I know it's clutch, and I'm saying that for the first quarter, but, to me, that's the entire game. I want to make sure I start off on the right foot, and with us being down 3-0, it's not going to be too good. We're 1-2 right now. Oh, nice touchdown. Holmes with a good catch right there. Lucky I rolled out that direction, too, because I was able to get the throw right to where it needed to be. Oh, did he beat out Sherman on that one, too? He did. Well, there's my passing touchdown, so I guess I'm not 100% rushing at this point for what I'm trying to produce for the team. Man, this has been fun. KWAME CHEDDARS. This is going to be a great series. I love it. So make sure you guys subscribe, as you're going to see some more KWAME CHEDDARS and the Oakland Raiders to come later on. And in the next Madden video you guys will see, it will be the other franchise that will be playing as a particular team. So make sure you guys come back for more. This is going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited to be playing Madden again. So thanks again for watching. You guys are phenomenal people. You really are. As always, you guys, I hope you have a good one.